So ballet stretches, we step inside the barrel with our heels in Pilates stance against the ladder. Our arms are here and our chest is open. Let's take the right leg across to the left and up on top. So we're extended. The hip is pulled down into the socket. So when you look across, this is straight. So take a nice deep breath, lengthen the spine to reach out. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Then come up, and when you're here, open the chest, arc the upper back, leaving the hips on the ladder. Now come back over, lengthen out. Come up and arc the back, lift the chest. Good, one more time. Stretch it over. Bring it up. One more time to the back. Lift the chest. And then come back. Now, we leave the arms where they are. You slide the foot over, but you still pull back on the hips. So you have this crossover stretch, like our single leg circles. Now we do the same thing here. So lengthen out and bring it up. Open. Again, over. Pull back in the hip. And up and open. And one more, and down, and open. Now you notice when I'm doing this with her, I'm holding her hip down a little bit because she has a tendency to lift up there a little bit, so I want to keep that down. So keeping that hip down, I want to bend this knee out to the side and drag the foot in. Then I want to relax the leg out. So now, instead of going straight out, you're curling down into this hole here. So you're going to bend the spine and then come up, opening the hip and stretching back. And again, over, curl the spine, head, top of the head down, and then up, and over, and stretch. And back, last time. Now staying in basic, we're going to turn around, drop the leg to the thigh stretch. We're going to turn all the way around. We're going to drop our knee down. We can do it kind of fancy. Drop the knee down, turn all the way around to thigh stretch. That's kind of a fancy way to get into it. So knee to knee. That's it. Don't arch the back. Now press back with the body back. And good, and then come back. Do it one more time. A little thigh stretch, stretch it back. And then go forward. Now the foot comes into the inside to come down. Now turn the whole thing around and let's do it on the other side. So always across the body and up. Pilates stance, both legs. Make sure the hips are even and this hip would be down. Now lengthen the spine and go over, stretch. And then up and then stretch back. And over, reach. And make sure you're staying against the ladder on the bottom side. And one more, so everything is in threes. And then extend the back. Then come up. Now just bring the leg across, but keep the hip where it was. Now again, same thing. Stretch. And back, the hips stay. And 2. And the hips stay. And one more. And back. Now the hip opener is open the hip and now the side of the foot is sort of lifted like that, and now the knees open. Now curl into there and bend the spine over, and then up and open the chest. And again, 2 more. And up. And one more time, slowly with the breath. And back. stretch. Now, the simpler way to get into thigh stretch is bring the leg down onto the floor, turn around and face the ladder. Take that leg that you had up, inside and up, knees together. The hips are forward and the pubic bone is forward and the tailbone's toward the floor, no arching in the back. Press with the hands to press back, with the body go straight back into a thigh stretch. And do only one more, hips towards the floor. And then come back. Now take that foot in and down to the floor. Okay, and step out. Ballet stretches, basic. So I'm going to add in the ballet stretch side for intermediate. So you stand with the foot in the corner, so toe heel position. The leg goes up and over and forward. So now the hips, it's hard to get this a little bit level, and that's why it's in intermediate. Take the hand that's here by the leg under. Take the other arm up, dropping the hip. Now my hand is here and I'm on her rib cage. I'm not pushing the hand. I'm pressing her from here over, and I'm stretching her in two places. And then she can come up. Let's just do it this way, basically over and up, instead of the opposite way as well. One more, and we stretch. Now, if we wanted to, we can bring this hand down and outside on the outside, bring this arm up, but this hip has to stay down when you stretch over. Now she can switch. As this person gets more versed in this, you can switch each time. And now this arm goes down, last time, and we stretch, and I press the hip down at the same time. And then up. Hold on to the ladder, and now take the leg down. Let's turn around the other way for the other side. Out to the side. Okay, this person hasn't done anything like this yet. So we swing the leg up and over. We square the hips off. We have a turnout on the bottom leg and the top leg. So the hips are down and square. This hand is under, the other hand is up. My hand is on her hip and her rib. Now we reach over, our fingertips are going toward the toes. And then up. So we do two more here before we add the fancy stuff in. Stretch. And one more, and over, from the ribs down, reaching for the toe. This time come up. This arm goes down to the ladder. This arm is up. Now I still have to hold here and stretch. She reaches, but the hip stays down. And now just that way, one more time, this other way. The other way, yep, and stretch. And change. And one more time this way, and over, and stretch. And then come up and stop. Hand on the ladder and take the foot off. Okay, and those are the ballet stretches. First basic and then intermediate.